What's going on, everybody? This morning, I released a video that was emotionally charged, and frankly, it missed the mark, like so many of my other videos. I'm not here to make excuses. I want to get out a couple important pieces for the people that need to hear these things, and then if anybody else is left, kind of listen. I would appreciate it. You won't hear like any excuses or anything about that video. I put things in a format that was unacceptable. The points I wanted to make could have been presented in a better way, pretty much like this, less animated and over the top. I think that would have probably landed a lot better, but it didn't. But without further ado, I just want to get into the wave tops, and then we can get into some more of that. Number one, the For the Love of Details podcast with Christy Torres is now back. It's going to be taking the place of what was on Thursday before, which means you will not be seeing me every Thursday on the House of Rags Media Network moving forward. The next thing I want to say is I don't get paid to make any videos on YouTube. I don't get paid to make any videos by the House of Rags, and they don't know any video that I'm going to put out in depth until it's put out, period. I might make a comment at who knows if they read it or not that says like, I'm super annoyed by this. I think I might make a video, but until that video drops, they don't have any idea. I don't have to get approval for any videos. That's why when prompted, I'm like, I don't need approval. Anything that I put out, that I'm going to put out in official capacity on any official channels, it has to get approved. Anything that I put out on the House of Rags Facebook, it has to get approved. Anything that I put out on the official podcast or anything like that, those are things that we've talked about, or some things obviously are going to come spontaneously, but for the most part, everything is very structured. I have an after show after that they don't ask me to do, and we get into some stuff, talk about some stuff, bring on some guests, do some things like that. But yeah, I don't get paid to make any type of content for the YouTube by Thor or anybody else. I'm not even monetized. I think that's all that needs to be stated there. To the Thor community, sorry for the embarrassment. For those of you that want to say that you were right or whatever, like I don't think that I'm gonna go away forever, but I think I need to take some time off for sure. For those of you in the Thor community that were tired of seeing me around, I think that I won't be around in the near future as much. I certainly won't be the center of anything. For those of you in the Thor community that were frankly not happy about me being here, I won't be the foreseeable future. All right, let's get into the actual video and kind of where my mind was at. For those of you that are interested, a lot of different things were kind of at play, and they're still at play. The biggest thing that I felt, and that's the problem, was there was a video made on emotion, was that there was only one or two scenarios. And sometimes this is how my brain works. It's either off or on. It's either black or white. As an analyst, I try to see the gray and stuff like that, but I only saw like one or two scenarios that really made sense on any, there's been more than one. Obviously there's a major one, right, that everybody is wanting to reference, but there's been other accounts that I've seen that have gotten hacked. There's been other recent videos of people that have popped up that are talking about other people that have gotten hacked, including like a major one, right? The thing that got me stirred up about that is, if anybody did stay to watch the 13-minute video I put up today, the real life ramifications of I guess it was understanding what it would take to break into Google's auth system or authentication system and what that would actually mean, right? So like the technical cyber resources that it would take in order to pull off that type of hack. I also think what's in play was just the literal interpolation of what hacking means and like what people think about that. Like when you think about hacking or any of that stuff, you have to have access. It's all about gaining access, right? Now, hacking would be getting into a system, using it as it's not intended to reach a certain goal. What happens most of the time? Those things don't happen because you have to have like usually physical access. You have to have physical access to a phone, to put something on it, to a computer, to a laptop. Like we're talking crazy level James Bond, multi people involved type of things to get that level. So I guess where I was frustrated was I saw in the comments a lot of people blaming people that I care deeply about on one hand. And then I saw also the implications that if what they're saying was even plausibly true, then it would mean that my former shipmates or just people generally in the cyber spectrum that I work with are not good at their job. And the both of those things kind of ran wild, mixed in with whatever emotions that I had at the time. And I put out a video that just frankly missed the mark. I should have made something that was a lot more calm, probably, but just that didn't happen. Okay, I'll just leave it alone. So I look at it like I was saying, there's one or two scenarios. Either scenario A is that at first you're like, I don't know what happened, my account's gone, right? And then you do like a couple researches, and then you think critically, and then you're like, oh crap, you know what? I forgot my brother's kid logged into, their tablet using my Gmail one time. I bet they clicked a link, right? So like maybe somebody had access that way. So what I'm saying is there's one or two scenarios. Either one, you don't understand how you lost your account, and then you do some research because Google's free, and that's what we do. Google research. If I'm losing my account, I start thinking about that stuff. Okay, like what would I do? I'm searching Google. I'm searching Gemini. I'm searching all the different chat bots. Like, oh my gosh, what happened? Right? Let me educate myself. And I think pretty quickly you would find out that like the chances of like this grand scheme hack from any type of competitor or any type of menacing individual against your personal account is like super, super unlikely. And frankly, like I said in the video before, it would just take like a massive amount of manpower, resources. It's just not plausible. So with me understanding that reality, I'm like, okay, either at first, somebody would be pissed off that their account is taken and they're frustrated and kind of that seeps out as it should and everybody's kind of speculating. I feel like around that journey, I would have educated myself enough to understand maybe how this happened, okay? And then I would have been in a place to been like, dude, if I were to have got my account back or whatever, I at least would have been at a place to where I would have been like, okay, cool. I understand what happened. Hey, everyone, I appreciate the support. And then I just would have used that opportunity as a lesson to like educate, my fellow comrades or peers on like what I did wrong to make that happen. Now, the other, I guess, scenario here is that if that's not the case, and then there's genuine like there is a path where there's just still at this point a genuine like I don't understand what happened. That's the other reason why I made the video. And unfortunately, I buried that like 9 minutes into the video, and it was like, dude, if to this point you've done, if anybody's done like all this research and they still don't know what the hell happened, bro, it's something that you did. Like something has your password, has a session ID, like that's it. It has to be an action that you authorized, period, right? So I just was frustrated, I guess, when I see that everybody's blaming all these other people. And like when I see these people, I just got thrown kind of into where I'm at right now. And the only thing I've seen out of like everybody in the detailing community, except for a few people that like have always hated me, was just like everybody loves each other's, dude. Like everybody's like brothers. Even like SEMA was like such a good experience, like just going to see like all these different brands, and it was just like really awesome. There is an undercurrent of like friction between people, but like at the end of the day, dude, like I just try to see through that. Like I just try to be my own entity because that's who I've always been. And, you know, there was a lot of stuff in the comments, you know, I'll never probably shake this whole, you know, you were never big until KCX. And I could throw up stat after stat, but dude, I had hundreds of thousands of followers before I ever made a video about KCX, period, period. It's not like I just blew up on YouTube overnight over that video. It wasn't even big on YouTube. It was big on a platform that everybody says I'm a loser for using, which is fine, bro. Like, I'm not going to give you guys the theatrics. I'm not going to get overly emotional. Like, this is the real me. I'm just talking to you guys and explaining kind of where my mind was at. Anybody that was offended, anybody that is upset at me, I truly, and I pulled a hat up and looked me in my eyes, I truly am sorry. If you're a person that is sitting there and something bad happened to you and you genuinely have no idea and can't trace it back and you have no idea what happened, or if you have any type of proof, right, that any allegation that has been said is true, I have no problem, absolutely no problem, number one, saying I'm sorry, but number two, like I did in that video at the end, opening up my platform and giving you the stage to 350,000 people, to anybody that has proof of any of the untruths that motivated me to just try to educate this community that's not tech focused on what was going on. You know, I have a degree in intelligence and analysis. I've been in that field for over a decade, 13 years. I'm getting my master's degree in computer science. I'm not gonna, I guess, mention the military thing because, you know, screw it, I will. You know, I spent a lot of time in the military. I spent a lot of time as doing a lot of other things. And, you know, I'd say that computers have always been a strong suit of mine. And I guess my literal understanding of all of this, I guess, kind of blocked like the human component of part of it. I think that I can sit here and beat myself up for not choosing other paths or like reaching out to other people first to try to get comment. But I just assumed, like, based off of all the animosity that I was seeing and all the negative places I was seeing on every single platform regarding the issue, that it was just like I wouldn't be welcomed, which is fine. It is fine. So anyways, guys, you know, I've really busted my butt this last weekend to try to get myself set up to do a lot of things. I don't think it's appropriate that I allude to them right now, but that's all I can do is just keep trying to work and get better. I don't want to beg for forgiveness. I'm going to keep being me. I'm going to mess up in the future. But I think the days of negativity and overly emotional are probably over. I need to check myself. If I'm that upset, then I probably shouldn't record anything. And I'll just leave it at that. Once again, I'm just going to say it again to belabor the point. I leave every video that I say I love you, and I truly do. I really appreciate the people that have stuck by me. You guys don't understand. I want to also make a personal apology to Christy Torres. I look forward, as many of you guys probably do, seeing her podcast back on. I know a lot of people were, for many different reasons, not happy that it wasn't. So I do apologize for besmirching my name, other people's names, making people look bad. I stand behind the initial intent, which was to educate, inform, but I have to say that I was wrong in the format and the way that I put everything out. Once again, this is me, no script, no theatrics. I'm emotional, but it's a different emotion, as you guys can see. I'm somber, not sad. Just trying to be frank, just trying to put information out. Don't know what the future looks like. We'll figure it out because that's all we've ever done. Love you guys. Peace.